have you guys noticed that RTA is absolutely crazy right now? But crazy in a good way, not crazy in a bad. I mean, there's the violent proc situation is always the violent proc situation. By the way, guys, this is a Dark Unicorn video. I'm sure you saw the thumbnail. I'm just gonna rate it for a couple minutes. But RTA is good in a good. It's crazy in a good way right now. There are so many different units able to actually be used right now that it's really nice for once, because usually the RTA scenario is like, oh, there's 20 units, you got to pick one of these 20 units because these are just more effective and more efficient than everything else. RTA right now is like, no, there's a whole bunch of units that depending on what the enemy is bringing in, you can bring this, you can bring that, you can bring this, you can bring that. Also, especially, people are more willing to try new things, and especially after the balance patch. But this is supposed to be a Dark Unicorn video. All I'm doing is ranting. It's just nice and refreshing that we're able to use like twice the amount of units that would normally be used, because there's a lot more options for us right now. It's very healthy for the game. So the whole first match was basically a rant. By the way, this guy on the left-hand side is a streamer. You should check him out. I'll leave the link in the description or comments or something like that. Bans the Daphnis, bans the Triana. The irony there. So they banned the Triana because they wanted to get the Daphnis through, and never mind. Anyway, let's see what's okay. So this is going to reflect all this damage. It didn't reflect a crazy amount of, I mean, it didn't do a crazy amount of damage. That's why it didn't reflect a crazy amount of damage. But any damage that the Dark Unicorn takes, it's going to reflect on their entire team. Ciara cuts in. That was a crazy, crazy cut. Diana's dead now. That was so clutch. That was so clutch right there that the Ciara actually cut in. So, gets the stun on Ciara. I think the game plan here is just, are they going to try to keep Ciara alive, or are they going to try to keep the Helena? Okay, they're going to try to keep the Ciara alive. And I would expect that they would try to bomb the... I mean, I feel like they're just going to keep the Dark Unicorn in pony form and just be like, yeah, try to AoE now because you're going to take reflect damage. Look at all the rest of the units taking reflect damage from any time that Dark Unicorn gets hit with an AoE. So, yeah, they're just trying to keep the Ciara alive. This way they do, and that's basically game. As soon as the as soon as the Fire Lich, fun times, man, fun times with Alexandra. I mean, Alexandra didn't do anything crazy. It was just like, it was there to say, hey, anytime opponents do an AoE, it's going to be very dangerous for the team, especially if they're kind of squishy. So speaking of diversity in Summoners War, now we're just going to see a whole bunch of LD5s and LD5s. And never mind, we're not going to see a whole bunch of LD5s. So we see the Water Monkey, which we don't usually see too much. Tianlang gets banned out. Tianlang is a hard counter to a lot of those. The Oracles, turn cycling with skill 1, Tianlang counters that. And then the Wusa gets banned out from the other side because they had 3 different units that do debuff. Well, 3 units that do AoE debuffs. I don't really consider the Light on Amusha to be an AoE debuffer. He just does the 1 defense break on skill 1. But the rest of the things needed the opponents to have no immunity on there. So, of course, the Wusa gets banned. And then they just come in with kind of like a turn 2 Bruiser Cleave that also has 2 forms of sustain. If you consider the Alexandra's shield sustain, which I do, and then the Annabelle's cleanse and heal sustain. So they come in with a basic, that's basically a turn 2 Bruiser Cleave. Same player on the left-hand side. Right-hand side is a different player that looks like they're going for like a kind of, they could go either way with this cleave. They can go for an AoE, right? They can go for the Dark Occult Girl into the like attack power buff, and then multi-hits, right? Basically ignore defense damage with that additional damage. And then they can go in with the Kaki and Molong after that, and basically just finish everything off AoE if the Light Beast Rider is banned, and if the Dark Occult Girl is banned like it was, they could just go for a single target snipe. However, Nana, after her buff, after her new, all she really got was 1 soul. I think I already said this in the last thing, but all she got was 1 soul bead, and that just made her relevant, because now you have to actually kill things and they come back from dead, and then you kill more things and they come back from the dead again. So that just made it similar to Vanessa or Triana, but can't get cooled down. And there's a lot of things that like Oki and Xiongpeng that cool things down, so you really can't take Vanessa and Triana as effectively as you used to be able to, although some people actually still do. But that is kind of, Nana is the same situation as why that was so strong back in the day. But of course, Xiongpeng, Oki, Gani just made that not as effective. So now Nana's actually able to fill that slot. Disclaimer, this one is not a Dark Unicorn one. However, this I don't think I'm ever going to see. Well, maybe we will see this from now on. JAARA. When was the last time we saw? I don't think I've ever seen a JAARA being picked in RTA. Maybe I just been living under a rock. Or no, I have not been living under a rock. I have not seen a JAARA picked in RTA. Because JAARA is not really considered the best RTA unit generally. However, in this super Momo fun action time meta that we're apparently in right now. JAARA is actually not that bad of a pick because JAARA would prevent the JAARA prevents the Nana from, did I say Momo first? JAARA prevents the Nana from reviving anything. So let's see, we get the Dark Nova. Can't revive. Okay, then he goes for the, that Rika's gonna do a whole lot of AoE nonsense though. Okay, he gets the shields on top of there. Yeah, all those dots, all those dots, all those dots, all those dots. Okay, Dark Nova doesn't do enough damage to actually kill though. But that effectively stops Nana from doing Nana things. Yeah, there we go. Wow. So Nana is meta now. JAARA gets picked. JAARA actually wins. So JAARA's probably got like 100% win rate this special league. So this match should be interesting. Again, we're back to the Dark Unicorn. The player on the left-hand side is, we've shown them in some other videos before. Player on the right-hand side is using both a Dark Unicorn, using a Light Sniper, which is an insta-ban because he can basically just go through all that invincibility, and he increases attack gauge. So crazy to see this Branded just one-shot. She does 50% extra damage. She does 30% more damage when the opponent has any like harmful effects, harmful effects or beneficial effects. And then she also does 50% more damage when the opponent cannot be CC'd. So if they have Will Rune, she's going to do 30% more damage and then 50% more damage on top of that. So let's see what kind of crazy stuff does this Dark Unicorn do. Some absolutely ridiculous stuff. These units are just like getting their health leached very, very slowly, but the shield is there, so the shield is going to stop them from getting their health leached. So I think this is just going to be the Dark Unicorn being in pony form the entire time. Over and over and over again. And then they're going to try to get that, well, I was going to say they're going to try, oh man. Invincibility is so brutal here. That's such a brutal combo. Like, they banned the Katarina, and they're like, okay, the threat is gone, but this is just leeching this health in such an unexpected way. I think a lot of people are not really expecting to go up against a Light Lich in RTA and have this combo where it actually works pretty nasty. So, is this going to be enough? I don't know if this is going to be enough. They have to try to... Oh, never mind. I was going to say they have to try to get that perfect timing with that... this. Oh, my goodness. I'm like on the edge of my seat now. So... Again, he's going to have the invincibility. This is going to be interesting. Okay, so he's not able to steal any HP that time. He steals some HP. Oh my god, this is down to the wire. But see, this is 3-turn shield, and this is just... There we go. Perfect. Let's just keep it in pony form. Reflect damage. Don't need to transition into human form at all. It's so close, though. It's so close. It's so ridiculous. Luckily, she's got the 3-turn shield instead of a 2-turn shield. If that was a 2-turn shield, I think that would have been GG at that point. Next match is how to play. He's been playing more of a bruiser style in Special League. Usually, he plays more aggressive during regular season because aggressive always has an advantage. His win rate is not as good as it usually is in regular season, but, you know, trying different things out after the balance patch. A lot of people are trying different things out after the balance patch. So let's see how this one goes. Any AoEs are going to have reflect damage going on to the whole team. Like, for example, the Mo Long took some reflect damage. That could actually be bad in terms of, like, reflect damage goes up against the Ragdoll. And then Ragdoll could get into torrent range based on that. So I feel like maybe we see a crazy situation where Ragdoll, like, accidentally gets into torrent. I kind of want to see that happen. Just because I think it would be funny. Because I'm a masochist. Okay, so gets a defense buff on the Artemill, which means he's going to do some more damage. He didn't have the defense buff before, but, you know, balance patch things happen. So, oh, that Ragdoll's definitely into... Well, the Ragdoll's in torrent range, but everything at this point is just... Yeah, that wasn't the... Okay, GG. GG, yeah. There we go. So that was kind of interesting. There was a lot of revenges. There was a lot of reflect damage. Artemill revenges. Light Druid revenges, and then reflect damage from the Alexandra as well. So that's just a team where you can't, like, touch anything or hit anything. Otherwise, you're in trouble. So this next one is another one that's not a Dark Unicorn one. However, this unit is picked so rarely in RTA that I thought I would be doing you a disservice by not including it. Light Onimusha, so she limits the durations of the enemy's beneficial effects on their team to 1 turn, and then also the harmful effects on your team to 1 turn as well. So all of those Pontos invincibility immunities are going to be 1 turn, and then the silences on the Pontos, for example, are also going to be just 1 turn silences. So this should be very interesting. And then the second skill is the same as the water on Miyuji. So she brings something back from the dead, and then it gets to use one of its skills, and then it goes back into the netherworld or whatever. So it's looking like she's probably going to revive Gianna. So they don't want to, the opponent doesn't want to use their skill 3, which with the Pontos, well, now he's going to use it because he's got the bomb on there, right? And he's gonna kill the Gianna anyway before she's able to actually do anything. So that was a decent time he felt to actually use it. So. But he didn't want to go for it before because he didn't want to, you know, Gianna was going to do Gianna things, right? Gianna was just going to turn those all those buffs into strips. I mean, into stun. I mean, strips, yes, but also turn those buffs into stuns. So it gets the silence, but it's only a 1-turn silence, so it's not that dangerous. It's just interesting to have. I mean, she doesn't really do any damage. She's just very good in niche situations. So this is looking like it's in torrent range, right? That's okay. I mean, technically that did torrent, but that's not what I meant by torrent range. I kind of thought that it was gonna do more damage, gonna do ignore defense. So guess the silence, but is that no? That's not enough. Okay. Hopefully, I mean, I kind of want to see the team without the crazy LD5s win. So yeah, there we go. There we go. Yeah, only 1 turn. Only 1 turn invincibility. Only 1 turn immunity. And then we got the Mo Long there. Does Mo Long do reckless assault? So Mo Long just does reckless assault. I was curious about that. I was like, when Mo Long comes back from the dead, how much is his reckless assault going to do? It's just going to do basically full damage. So that's kind of interesting. So this is great that, like, for the 2 of you that are watching that actually have the light on Miyuji, but don't even have enough runes to actually do RTA, this is potentially helpful for you, but basically completely useless because you don't runes to do RTA in the first place. But anyway, I just really wanted to include that because I was like, yo, when is the next time we're ever going to see a chance to see the light on Miyuji in RTA? And this was a great showing of her and exactly where to pick her. So kudos, Topher, very nice job. I like what you did there. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I know we didn't get, there's kind of some of the matches were just not dark unicorns, but there was some interesting stuff there, right? It's interesting stuff you don't see in it every day. Anyway, that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you as always in the next one.